Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, and after being interrupted by a whitetail and approximately 1,200 kills, 9 diamonds, and 1 rare, we have finally got our next Great One Moose, and it is, for the first time, one that I had really wanted. Our last Great One Moose that we got was not exactly a combination that I had been wanting, but it was still a very cool one after we got to take a look at it in-game. But we finally got one of the ones that I wanted. And man, this was the most exciting thing that I have ever had happen in this game. And that right there is the whole reason that we are at this lake currently. This is going to be our first diamond since returning to Revontuli after getting that Great One Moose. This guy right here is absolutely beautiful. I spotted him last night and I knew for a fact that I needed to save it for the video here. I do believe that this right here is the 280s rack, so I definitely want to make sure we get a good shot on it. I don't want to mess this one up because there's a good chance it could be a very large diamond and one of the better ones that we've got as of recent. And there's also one other thing that I would like to talk about because recently there was something that happened on the Expansive World stream. In fact, it was in today's Expansive World stream.
There's a lot of debate over it. Oh, what are we asking? Where are we asking? Hold on. Dina, hello. Hardbone class is cheating or herd management? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. There's a portion of the community that does it and a portion that doesn't, and you know, whenever that happens, there's always a little bit of conflict. But it's just playing the game and figuring out how to play around with your herds a little bit. We don't consider it cheating by any stretch of the means. I'm surprised it's even a conversation.
Let's see if we can get this guy lined up first, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. There we go. That is a beautiful level 5 on the ground. That guy is honestly a huge moose. Really happy to get a nice diamond. Virtually the same run as we ended up getting our Great One. But the thing that I wanted to talk about real quickly is the one condition for coming back to herd management just happened. And I'm not going to necessarily jump back into it, but I will let you guys give your opinions in the comment as to whether or not you think we should. But it finally happened. On Expansive World's live stream today, Jaxiebeard confirmed that the team doesn't see it as cheating. And that was the biggest discussion, and it was the thing that was keeping me from going back to it, was the discussion around it, whether it's cheating or not, and they just confirmed that they don't view it as cheating, and that is honestly huge. Now, I guess there's some people that could probably say that that Jaxie was just saying it in his opinion, but I can assure you he did mean the team. Now, Jaxie's told me before that it's not a cheat or an exploit and that the team doesn't feel that way, but this is the first time they've actually said it out loud on a live stream, so obviously before that I couldn't really say anything because I didn't know if it was something that was supposed to be mentioned, but now that it's been said on stream, I think it's safe to say that if you guys want to see it, we could return to it. So I am going to leave it up to you guys in the comments. So that is, to be honest, quite unexpected. I did not expect them to take that stance because in a lot of cases, it's better as a company just to stay neutral and let the players decide. But it was confirmed that it's not cheating. So if you guys want to see some herd management content return to the channel, I don't want to make it the focal point. I want to be able to just grind however I'm feeling like grinding, but if you guys want to see it, we'll do one here or there just to mix it up, but I want to make sure there's content on the channel for everybody, and that includes lots of just normal grinds of shooting everything, and if you guys want to see it, maybe an HM grind here or there, but I don't want to make it the focal point quite like it was before. And again, I am going to largely leave it up to you guys watching, as I want to make sure that you guys actually want to see that. But now that it's been confirmed that it's not cheating, I definitely think that it is okay to return to it, especially since that was my one condition for coming back. I've been saying for months that the only way that I would return to it is if they confirmed that it wasn't an exploit, and they just did. So, it seems that we have the option to come back, and I'm leaving it up to you guys as to whether or not we do. I've talked about this countless times on the live streams, but I haven't said it in a video, I don't believe. So for those of you that were not familiar with why we even stopped doing herd management in the first place and didn't know that I even did it, I used to be quite heavy into the herd management grinding. It was what I enjoyed doing. We did it quite often because it was the way that I had the most fun with the Hunter Call of the Wild. And we stopped doing it because of the conflict between the two sides that disagree on whether or not it's okay to do it. And so I stopped doing it. There was a couple people that I used to consider friends that I lost through the process. Don't worry, not IRL friends, but like internet friends. And the more that I've seen it, the more I've looked at it, I really do feel like I may have just acted on impulse because of that. And even though it was something I never really wanted to do, I kind of freaked out seeing that a couple people I used to talk to stopped talking to me over it. And it caused me to just panic and immediately just quit whatever I was doing. And I've been pretty open about that with you guys, that it was something that I didn't do because I didn't like it. It was because I didn't want to lose any more friends over it. And the more that I've kind of thought about it over the last few months, the more I realized that that was probably a dumb reason for stopping it in the first place. Because if somebody's going to literally cut ties with you over a game, just in general, then they probably were not a really good friend in the first place. And I've kind of got to see that a little bit more over the months and realize that it's probably better just to do what I enjoy. So I will leave it up to you guys if you want to see some of the herd management stuff come back. I know that we haven't done it in a very long time, but if you guys want to see it, then we'll do some of it. Again, I don't want to make it the focal point of the channel like it used to be, but it would be fun to get back into doing a little bit of those grinds here and there. I mean, it's pretty clear at this point that we don't need it. We've been getting great ones left and right, and I personally don't even think that it affects great ones, especially with this most recent one being a pretty average length grind of 1,200 kills to get our great one moose. Not to mention the 4 whitetail grinds that were all under 2,000 and even one of them under 600, just shooting everything in sight. But I do want to assure anybody that's afraid that it'll become the only thing that I do, I definitely can tell you that it would not. I have really got a new love for different gameplay styles at this point, and the other stuff is here to stay regardless. We are going to be doing tons of the weird and funny videos. We'll be doing a bunch of the multiplayer hunts with Brobra just running around. We'll be doing some bear grinds and just regular grinds that don't involve any of it, and if you guys want to see it, we'll bring some of it back, but probably not in as extreme of a form as it once was for the channel. But anyway, this rambling went on a lot longer than I wanted, so if you guys don't care about this, I'll probably just put a timestamp in the video so you guys can skip ahead to when we actually start taking down the great one, because I'm sure some of you just came here for that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at literally one of the best trophies I've ever killed in the Hunter Call of the Wild, and definitely my new favorite. Okay, I gotta interject this real quick as I'm editing this video. I forgot to mention that I wasn't recording when I spotted the great one, so I had to use NVIDIA Replay to get the reaction, and because of that, my microphone is not, it doesn't have the filters on it. It's a little bit staticky because there's some issues with certain microphones and using NVIDIA Replay, so my mic sounds terrible in this clip, but to be honest, when I watched it back, it kind of added to the insane reaction that I had, so I guess it's not all bad, but anyway, let's get into the reaction here. And I was, you know, talking, oh, great one! Oh my gosh! Oh, it's a two-tone, big Don typical! Oh my gosh!
Let's go!
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm recording now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to, hold on, I gotta hit F8. I gotta save the replay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is the most gorgeous moose I've ever seen in my life. Holy. Wow, that's the last thing I expected.
Your moose are weird.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Holy. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I guess it's time to take this thing down, so I'm going to hop out of the call.
See ya. Good luck.
Later. I'll have to tell everybody they left right before I got a great one, so they suck, haha.
It's this chat, man. This is your third great one in this chat.
This is literally the third great one that I've got while hanging out in here with you and Nathan and Brobra and Jebba, and then literally right after Jebba, Nathan, and Brobra leave to go play the angler. Boom! Great one moose right there. That is insane. Well, guys, I think it's time that we take this beauty down. This is easily the most excited I've been for a great one. I was not recording when I spotted it, but I did get the footage from NVIDIA Replay, so I'm gonna include that, though the quality's probably not gonna be great. There might be some crackling in the microphone, but I have to get the reaction in there, so let's get equipped with the proper gun to take this thing down. I want to use something we haven't used. I think a lot of people wanted me to use the 44 Magnum last time that we were talking about it, so let's pop out the 44 Magnum and get ready to take this thing down. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it. Let's get ready to take this beast down. We got the 44 Magnum ready to go, and we're about to take down literally like one of my dream great ones. I really wanted either the two-tone or the Fabled Birch and the typical rack, but unfortunately we couldn't get the typical rack on it, but I don't even care because this was my second most favorite rack, the giant non-typical. This moose is one of the most insane things I think I've ever seen in the Hunter Call of the Wild. One of my dream combinations, and we finally get to stock up on it and take it down with the 44 Magnum. And honestly, this could not have worked out better. I really did not think I would even have a video to post tomorrow, but it looks like we will now, because we've got a gorgeous great one, and oh my gosh, the tip-to-tip spread. And since I'm sure some of you will really be interested in this, we are currently 1,200 kills into this grind, and that's when he ended up spawning, which is definitely better than our last grind. Our last grind was 4,200 on Medved and then 300 on Revontuli. I mean, as a whole, Revontuli's been so much nicer to us with the Great One Moose than Medved was. We got one within 300 of switching to Rev, and now 1,200 kills later, we have another one right here. You guys have been joining me for the live streams. We've been doing a lot of moose grinding streams recently. I've kind of been focusing mainly on them, and it looks like it's paid off because that is exactly one of the combinations that I have wanted to get this whole time, and it's so surreal to finally be looking at a Fabled two-tone with the giant non-typical, but the search for the typical rack still continues. We still got to get that rack because I want it more than anything, but the fact that we have our favorite fur type, or one of the two favorite fur types, with my second favorite rack is more than I could have asked for. This is just absolutely incredible. Look at that absolute beauty. He's finally giving us a good broadside look at him. The Fabled two-tone is one of those furs that has really grown on me throughout time. I did not like it at first. I thought the transition between the black and white was just a little bit too abrupt, and I thought it should fade a little bit more. But if I'm being honest, it's grown on me so much, and now it is one of my favorite fur types that the Great One Moose can get. And this is just such a beautiful combination to see. I am absolutely blown away at the fact that we actually get to take down one of my favorite fur types as our second Fabled fur great one ever. Now, unfortunately, the tent and the tripod are right next to it, and I really want to get some pictures, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. One of the downsides of running like such an efficient setup with claiming tents and everything is the fact that a lot of times it's right next to the tents, which really ruins some cool pictures you could get. I'm going to try and get close enough to where I can get those tents and tripods out of the picture and get a good view on this thing, because I definitely want to take some pictures before we kill it. Now, something that's unfortunate I just noticed is it is 16:04 now, which means it could start moving out of here at any time, which is obviously not ideal when you're trying to get a few pictures before taking it down, so I am going to try and be as quick as I can with this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get the tent out of this picture, I don't think. The only way I could see that happening is maybe if we try to get it to go aggressive. I mean, I think we got to try and get it to go aggressive. We can always reset the time and come back here if it spooks off instead. I think we got to go for the attacking moose pictures. That's just going to be so nice if we can get that Fabled two-tone to attack us. All right, let's get ready. We are going to run up on it and see if maybe we can get it to attack us. I would absolutely love it. Oh, it's going aggressive. It is! Oh my gosh, there's no way. That's two Great One Moose in a row where we got them to attack on the very first attempt. Oh my gosh, he ran away so quickly, but we did get one of the nicest pictures I think I've ever been able to get of an aggressive moose. That is absolutely insane. All right, well, I guess it's time to track him down. I think I want to take him away from the drink zone. That's what we did with our last one, and it honestly made it even more special to take it out in the woods instead of at a drink zone. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to track him down and take him down. Seeing that Fabled two-tone disturb vegetation is pretty crazy. I'm glad that we have finally got to see that, and seeing this massive track next to it. It's just so crazy. Knowing that I have one of my dream great ones on the map right now, and that we're tracking it down, getting ready to take it down, I honestly I can't believe that this moment has finally come. Now we gotta go for that typical rack, and at this point, since we've got the Fabled two-tone right here, I don't even care what fur type we get with our next great one. The only thing I'm after is that typical rack. I don't even care what fur type it comes with at this point. Oh my gosh, he's right there. I did not realize he was right in front of me. I guess this is his herd right here. What a gorgeous moose. I have been tracking him for quite a while, as you guys can probably tell by this. I really want to take him from his resting zone, because I think that's where he's going. I don't know if they rest or feed after their drink time, but whatever zone that is, I really want to take him from it. I think that would just be incredible. So I'm hoping that he'll lead me there, and it kind of looks like he is. It kind of looks like he's going straight to his next zone. Oh my gosh, we did it. We found him. We found him in his eating zone. Oh my gosh. That is insane. We are going to get to take this thing from its feeding zone. I did not think I would ever get to say that I've taken a Great One Moose from a feeding zone, but we're about to be able to say that for the first time ever. Now we just got to sneak up on him and hope that this goes well. I have not practiced with the 44 Magnum at all recently, but I imagine the penetration is still as good as it used to be. It's always been a very solid handgun. It's definitely not a slouch in any way, so I have no doubt that it will get double lung here. It's just going to be a matter of getting the perfect angle and not spooking it off in the process, because we got a little bit of a hill in front of us, which is definitely going to make it tough. You know, the good part about tracking this great one for upwards of 35 minutes is that I've had plenty of time to kind of calm down my heart rate and get myself to be a bit more steady and not so shaky after the adrenaline. So we should be able to get a nice steady shot on this gorgeous moose right here. Oh my gosh, that is an absolutely beautiful sight. What an absolutely gorgeous moose. Seeing him up here is honestly so much better than taking him next to the water. There's just something about getting to see a gorgeous moose like this feeding that is just truly incredible. Let's get our dog to lay down so that he doesn't get in the way. And then we should be able to get close enough to take this shot. I'd love to get a picture, but I don't know how well we're going to be able to get one from here. That is absolutely beautiful. All right, here we go. This is going to be our moment. I think this will be perfect. That should be a dead moose. That right there should be a dead Great One Moose. And yes, he's going down. Let's go. The 44 kills him kind of slow, so that was making me scared, but it is going down. We did get into the lungs. That is amazing. There he is, laying right there. I mean, man, you could see that from a mile away. That giant rack just sticking up over the bushes and the grass. Wow, what a beauty. Oh my gosh. I have been waiting for this moment, guys. This is so cool. I'm not going to risk taking a picture because there has been times where having the camera out causes the game to crash, and I don't want to risk it with something like this. Rate 1, 263.93. Let's tax that bad boy immediately. Oh my gosh, that is the coolest Great One that I have ever killed. This right here is everything that I ever would have wanted out of a Great One. So beautiful. And just such a cool fur type and rack combination. Literally like one of my top 3 combinations that I wanted. And there's over 20 combinations these Great One Moose can have. And this was one of my top 3 combinations, and we got it. That is incredible. What a gorgeous moose that is. And there he is in the lodge. That is just such a beautiful sight. You know, I loved this moose when we got him, but nothing is going to compare to this until we manage to get a typical rack with either the birch or the two-tone. That is beautiful. That is just such an awesome moose to have across from this guy that we got a couple weeks ago. 1,200 kills later, and we bagged literally one of my dream trophies in the Hunter Call of the Wild. It's been a really crazy experience getting these two in the last couple weeks, and I'm very, very excited for what we're going to get in the future, because as always, we're going to continue the grind until we get the rack that we want. We're going to continue the bear grind as well, and honestly, having this guy pop up at the most unexpected time kind of makes me want to go back to the bear grind, just to see if we can get a Great One Bear to pop up at the most unexpected time as well. But thank you guys so much for sharing this moment with me. This really has been something. This was the last thing I expected to see tonight. This was a night where I was just kind of relaxing, just chatting and playing Call of the Wild, getting a little bit of the moose grinding going, and then he showed up at literally the time I expected him the least. And that's usually how Call of the Wild works with things like this. But thank you all for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. And if you haven't already, be sure to click like on this video if you enjoyed it. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace.